All right, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to potentially the last TEW 2020 video / stream I will have. As of right now, we're probably about a day and a half away from the demo of TEW IX releasing, and I'm very excited for it and all the offerings that it's got coming. And yeah, I'm very excited. And then, of course, 6 days later, I think it is, because I want to say it's August 3rd, right? So it'll be a week later on a Saturday when it officially releases. So we're about, officially 9 days away from the release of TEW IX. So most likely this will probably be the last TEW 2020 video that I will be making for this. So we got through March. We're going to get through March here at the very least and get things set up, because I'm going to keep this going. I'm going to keep this whole deal going. I'm just going to pack her up in a nice database and move it on over to TEW IX when it comes to that, and then we'll figure everything out by then, and we'll see what everything kind of looks like as far as finances and booking and kind of all that stuff is concerned. So I'm excited to do that, but we've got a few things to get done first. So at least get through the end of the month here. I'm just trying to look at my booking sheet just so I have that in front of me. End of an era. It doesn't feel as much end of an era, I think, because it doesn't feel almost as much almost with that as when I did Hawkeye Pro. But then again, I think it's because I was able to do that a lot more often. Just a different part of my life when I was able to kind of stream more often. So I was able to do stuff leading up to 2020. Yeah, especially when I used to work nights and I would do my 2 a.m., 3 a.m. streams where you really don't have anything that you're doing. So it's just like, well, I guess we're just going to do this. Why not? 2013, 2016. I think I did. I think it was only for a small amount of time. But I did think I did it right at the end of, because I think I started it in 2015. So I did it for like a solid year on 2013 and then moved it over to 2016. And I don't think at the time they had an official converter. So there wasn't a ton that I moved over, but yeah, I basically just redid what I was at the time, if I remember right. So yeah, most of it happened during 16. Yeah, but I believe I did start on 13. Was 20 is 20's been the first one that had the widescreen, right? Yeah, because 16, yeah, because I'm remembering like the old 16 ones. I would have the chat. I'd have the chat like on the side, like in its own little deal. Let me see here. We're trying to get to Monday. All right. I'm gonna have to start assigning dates to stuff too. That's gonna be a thing. Like thankfully I haven't had the title change too often. So, but it'll be interesting with title reigns and all that, considering it'll have actual full dates and stuff on it. Turn this down just a bit. They kept Nakajima. Is he their main eventer yet? I'll say I don't think by 2020 he was a main event guy. I can't remember though. I don't think so. All right. Pay rise request 430 to 670. Let's do 75%. Why not? I guess. So also, I may have to redo some booking because I don't. Once again, it's its own separate save, so it's not this, but it gives me a slight bit of insight. Yeah, I was about to say the big league brother. See, that's the thing. I was given a slight bit of future insight as to what could potentially happen, and someone could be leaving me for a more permanent contract here soon. I did sign them. I did look for one appearance. Okay, good. I was like, I did just do a single appearance for them, right? A one-off. 2 weeks left on the Twitch deal. All right, so we don't got nothing else to deal with there, because I believe we're already signed over to YouTube. So that is what it is. We don't gotta worry about that. Monday week 3 should mean we go into the PM. I hope I was not silly and forgot to do. I think that's why I absolutely decided upon. I don't think there was anything that I missed, thankfully, because that was it seemed like it was going to be an issue because I just completely just skipped by it. Should I spend the money? Because if we do this, we'll have 2 shows that will broadcast this month. I think I wanted to do at least 1. All right, let's spend our money. You know what? Fuck it. Let's spend our money. Let's spend our money a little bit. Where is this event taking place? Narimasu. There we go. Let's move over because we're going to need local workers. Specifically, we're going to need broadcasters. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh. There you go. Hi, Hara. And Stuart Fulton once again. All right. So, shit, let me make sure that we got them for this particular show. There we go. There might come a point where we're actually going to utilize them. Oh, the giving the night off thing will be nice for my non-broadcasted stuff. If I do hire broadcasters, if I do hire like an announce team to do this stuff, that might be, that whole giving the night off thing might be nice. Okay. No backstage incidents. Only injuries. All right. Let's knock her out. We have 4. We got Namba. We've got Momoka coming out to annoy her. And it'll be the first stop. Then, who all is pulling double duty tonight? I believe Momoka is pulling double duty and Jungle Kiona is pulling double duty. So this is gonna be something. So we've got Momoka and Momo. There we go. We've got 10 minutes total on this. And we're going to have our shock victory of the league. I don't know if we've had more than one of those already, but no, it's not going to be open. Momo's going to beat the shit out of her until weapons and other cheating is utilized to allow Momoko to get a cheap victory. Momo's furious. Of course she is. I forgot about that. Hey, I'd like you to put someone over. Just this once. There you go. Trust me, still the champ. Everything's good. Just we need you to take a cheap loss. It's a cheap loss. All right, so we've got that, and we got 3 minutes. Momoka. Oops, there we go. We're going to do fighting and selling. So at least Momo's going to get her heat back by beating her ass afterwards. So we'll at least get that. Arisu versus Ram Kaicho. There we go. That's our next Grand Prix match. We're going to go 14 minutes total. We've got Arisu picking up the win. I think this might be her first win, her first official win. I want to say that's what it was. Let me look at my board real quick. Yeah, this is because Arisu's got 1 point right now. This is her first official win. There you go. Finally, after a bunch of losing to top tier people, she faces someone a little lower on the card in Ram and is going to get the victory out. Do that, and we're gonna need to build to Saturday. We only got 5 days, and we don't have really anything booked out for that. So, Sayuri Namba gonna come out. She's going to. We're gonna need Nodoka, who is off screen, but she's talking to Arisu, who's on screen about upcoming title match. So, use their star qualities. We'll put the title on the line. I think she's probably earned it. Till she does something to maybe hurt somebody. Hopefully not. I think Arisu's, I think her skills, I think her safety's not great. Her safety's only a 57. It's not, I don't like the fact that she's a 57 and she keeps getting up to 57 like almost a year ago and she keeps like bouncing back and forth. Because, like, if she's professional in a gymnastic background and a prodigy, you'd think her safety builds up. Her selling's getting a little bit better. Consistency's getting a lot better. But for some reason, she's just as dangerous as she was a year and a half ago. Or a year ago. All right. Hey, Rob, what's up? All right. Did I copy this? Did I copy this next one? Yes. 2 minutes. This is Aruna and Ayano. And we're going to mic them. I really want to see in the demo for TEW IX if you can give them like reduced pay for doing a pre-tape. You really should. Like, that's the best way to, I think, keep somebody on. I think it's a great way to possibly keep a star on the card without having to pay them to do like a full appearance. Realistically, I think the way that it could go for a smaller promotion if they did that. There we go. All right. A bit of a little throwaway here. Natsu versus Himawari. And we're only going to go 8 minutes. 6 minute match. It's basically just a filler match to give Himawari. No, it shouldn't be. Oh, well, you know what? We can always utilize kind of her craftiness a little bit. Because Natsu is a much bigger star, I think. Yeah, because Himawari just started, yeah. But might help her out, so we could do that. Behind on your Joshi knowledge. Oh, it's Chris Wolf was still wrestling. You're paying attention. Jesus, that was like... God, that was like 8 years ago now. When did she... Didn't she retire? I think she retired in like 18 or something. It might have been almost 6 years ago. Very traumatic if you need support. Oh my God. You know, I had my friends on Discord. My buddy and his woman. I say that because I can see your name on here, and I wanted to make it even worse. Oh, so now I'm just his woman. Yes. She's gonna get mad. They were asking me, they're like, well, when now retires, you know, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna, are you gonna be okay? I'm like, I'll be okay. I've dealt with this before. It wasn't, it was 2 years ago when Nodoka retired? So it's like, I've already lost my favorite. Except this time, I'm cranking all my money into portraits, since they have the mail order portraits. And they actually just announced a couple more. The last dual set for now. And I just put in the order for it, so hopefully they'll get back to me, and I'll have to make sure to pay for that tomorrow. I mean, it goes until the 31st, so I'll be fine, but yeah. Get those last ones, because I thought the graduation ones would be the last ones, and then they're having these bomber ones. 1 of 3 video project. No. I ain't got time for that. Entertainment, and we'll use her charisma, and you know what, it'll bring a little bit to her here. Let's see here. Get to retiring as, do you think, the end of your active Joshi watching? Okay, so that was just before COVID. I can't remember if Hazuki technically retired first before Kagetsu. I think they might have. I can't remember. I think Kagetsu retired like 2 months after, like right before COVID. I'm gonna say it was like February 2020, because Hazuki's second retirement was December 2019. Because I remember like a week after I met her in Japan is when she like announced it. But yeah. I want to say it was like February 2020 is when Kagetsu retired. So that was right before COVID. And now Hazuki is back after her second retirement. She's now on her third run. External factors. WWE time is actively killing your wrestling love. Yeah, I could see that. WWE was really bad in 2019, 2020. I think that's probably why I was watching Joshi. And especially now. Let me see here. We're doing a vignette and Momo, Jungle Kiona. I mean, they're off screen, but we're going to utilize their star quality to do a vignette to give them a little push. Showcase the cards for the remaining couple of nights after this. We only got 2 more nights after this of the Grand Prix, so... All right, the first of the doubleheaders and the second of the doubleheaders come to a head here as Momoko Hanazono in her second match of the night will face Kiona in her first match of the night. And we go 10 minutes on that. Yeah, Momoko just won't have it in her to... take a beating from Momo and then also get out and be competitive against Jungle. Stopped actively watching 2017, realized there's no point in having a favorite wrestler because Brock was just going to kill their punch. It's interesting because I think the last couple years that WWE's been here, I did not go to the Raws because they've had Raws here the last few years, the last 2 to 3 years. I think once COVID was over and they were booking arenas again. And I don't think I've been there. I think the last one I went was right before COVID. But yeah, I mean, I think it's, I mean, I still don't really, watch it much, but yeah, I did go to Dynamite when it was here. That was what, a month and a half ago now? And that was, that was one of like what 2,000 people in that building in a 16,000 seat building. It did not look good. Man, our building's gonna be definitely used for it. It's gonna be that the event in Des Moines is going to showcase AEW empty arenas, like that one picture of Edge on Collision showing the hard cam where it just has nobody on it. Let's see here. Selling, fighting. There we go. Make sure that's good. All right. So, get Momo really on the bad side of Kyoko, who I guess at this point we're kind of considering de facto running it. I mean, she's the main road agent, but yeah. Watching Hangman, nice. Let me see here. That was Chie and Asako. And they're gonna have their deal. I can't wait for all the pre-tapes that we'll actually be able to have. That'll be nice. We don't have anything set up for this, right? Right. Got a match 2v2. Is this our only tag match? Yeah. I mean, we've got so many other matches that we've had to shove in for our Grand Prix matches. This is the only time that we've actually got a proper tag match going. And it's specifically because I made sure that we had this. And join the TS title match. All right. That's where's Kyrie? Oh Lord. Let me see here. We'll give Kamiyu the victory. We'll give Hanan the loss. Open match, decisive win though. Hard fought match, but Hanan's very unhappy. Are you willing to put over Kamiyu? I bet Asahi's willing to do it. There you go. God damn it, woman. How big are you at this point? 38s, 42s compared to 29s. I mean, that's not terrible. So Mirai's even worse. God damn. Man, I gotta make Asahi the pin eater for the team. Sure that won't have any side effects. Let's see. Maria Takeda Kohaku as Yuki Kamifuku and Mirai Mayumi. Okay, so yep, they're all just, well, they probably, well, no, because they are calling them out, so yeah, we'll get the confrontation here. Whoops. Here we go. All right. We're gonna end on some high notes here. I like that. Mika Iwata, Nodoka Tenma. And it's going to be the GSGPs. We got the Grand Prix match. 16 minutes total. Iwata taking the win. Open match and decisive. Nope, title doesn't need to be on the line. 3 minutes on that, and it's Mika giving respect, telling Nodoka she might want a title match in the future. We'll have her, we'll use her charisma, I guess. But hey, puts her over. There you go. All right, main event. We got Himika and Jungle Kiona in her second match. We'll go 16 on that as well. There you go. Himika winning in the main event. Open match. Decisive finish. Boom. All right. Last bit in the major show. Gotta say you enjoyed GM mode in 2K24. Did you play 2K23's GM mode? Because I did, and I really didn't like it. It one of the main things I wasn't the biggest fan of in GM mode in the WWE 2K games is kind of the same issues that they had back in the 07, 08 days. And that's the fact that you kind of gotta, like, if you want to actually like win, you can't really book like you can here. But then again, I guess that might just be the difference between, you know, playing a video game and playing this, you know, autistic spreadsheet simulator that TEW is that you kind of have to hotshot everything. You kind of have to have like a world title match like every 3 weeks instead of building to a pay-per-view, or you got to have like gimmick matches. It's the one thing that kind of plagued the mid-2000s GM mode, and I feel like it did it in 2K23 as well, and I assume 2K24, even with all the extra stuff that I know they put in, probably suffers from as well. It just was one of those things that I tried to do like proper builds to a pay-per-view, but like you still had to put titles on the line in order to really kind of pop a rating most of the time, or do like some sort of, you know, I wasn't a big fan of like Triple H coming to me and being like, by the way, you got to do a Hell in a Cell match. You need to do a Hell in a Cell match this week. Or yeah, you got to do the same match 18 times over. We're going to use her entertainment and entertainment. There we go. Call mode is stupid. That's the worst part, probably. You send the screenshot of Fight Forever. It is bare bones. That's the biggest downside, I think, to the entire ordeal, is that like it's a good game and a good foundation, but like you just can't do anything. There's just, you run out of shit. And like if you want more shit, you have to buy the DLC to do like Beat the Elite or the tournaments or something like that. It's ridiculous. And it's amazing to me how bare bones it is. I'm not expecting something as detailed as WWE 2K games are, but if you're going to do this harkening back, you know what the problem is that, and I kind of had a bad feeling about this because I know that Ukes has been out of, it's kind of the thing that I knew was going to be bad, and I don't remember if I really said it so much to begin with the first time before it came out, is that Ukes has not made a wrestling game in like, you know, Ukes was so bad after like what, 2K14 that they decided to just drop them. 2K decided to drop them. And like 2K14 was all right, but yeah, it was one of those things where, you know, they eventually had to build back up, but yeah, it just ate balls. You know, they dropped Ukes 10 years ago for the reason that their games kind of sucked, and they haven't done wrestling games since. And more than likely, it's kind of like if they went and tried to talk to Aki Corp, like the people who made the Aki games for the N64 aren't there anymore. It's kind of like Blizzard, where, you know, I've had these arguments with my friends who are Blizzard fans, where they're like, well, you know, the new Diablo will come out, and, you know, the new Elder Scrolls will come out, and those will be good. I'm like, do you think any of the people that made the really good games 10, 15 years ago are still there? No, they're not. So it's Blizzard in name only, basically. And most of the people who made the games that you loved are not there. They moved on or got fired or laid off. Yeah. And I think Ukes was the same way. And I figured it was probably not going to be a good thing, and it really wasn't. But, oh well. Yeah, TNA had like a proper story mode. Didn't have really a branching story, but I felt like there was more to it. All right. 120 minutes, 18 segments. We're good. All right, we are here for IdolPro Live, stage 46 at a sold-out Narimasu Act Hall. Before I get into it, this is going to be a special live stage that's going to include the Golden Spirit Grand Prix. We have 3 more nights, including tonight, of matches. And I don't think I did it at the beginning of the month, but we're going to do it now because it's more meaningful than ever at this point that we know exactly where we're at with this. And we take a look at the current standings for the Grand Prix. I've done my best. Hopefully all the math came out properly when I did this. We'll see. But we look at Block A real quick. Michiko with 10 points. Mei Suruga and Hikari Noah fighting for second place at 8. Risa Sera right behind them. She's got a couple of matches left, I believe, so she still has the possibility. She is injured, but I believe she will be back in time for her next sets of matches. So she'll still have the possibility. She'll be back from injury, and she's planning on pulling double duty right before Spring Festival, so we'll see what happens. Unagi Sayaka is up to 6, but she's about out of matches, I believe. There might be a road for her to still get there, but it's been very, very hard because you think Mei Suruga and Hikari Noah still have a couple matches each to pull in. Yuri with 3 points along with Nao Kakata. They're both essentially eliminated at this point, but they're still looking to have at least a pretty decent showing, as well as Miyako Matsumoto pulling up the rear for the A block there. And then we look over to block B. We have Himika topping the block right now with 10 points. Momo Watanabe and Jungle Kiona fighting for second place with 8. Mika Iwata directly behind them with 7. And it becomes a lot harder after that to find a way to see who might get into the finals. Nodoka Tenma, who's suffered several defeats at this point, might be too much at this point to come back into it. So I believe she's essentially eliminated at this point, but she's still got 4 points, 5th in the block right now. Ram Kaicho with 2 points, only has 1 win to her name, is basically eliminated at this point as well as Arisu Endo, who hasn't had a win officially yet. She did have 1 draw with Nodoka, and that's about it so far. And Momoko Hanazono have yet to get herself on the board with any wins. It's just been all losses as far as the eye can see right now. So that is our current standings going in to the final 3 shows, the final 3 nights. We got night 12 here for live stage. We got 5 different matches for this, so Let's see here. Only in our saves, Michiko can get a big push. Yeah, Maya Fukuda left GLEAT, yeah. Saddest women's division in wrestling's finally dead. It really was just Michiko and then whoever freelancers they could scrounge up, wasn't it? So, with that, we've got several matches coming up for live stage. Of course, Sairi and Ember running it down the card. 2 different people, including Momoko Hanazono, who comes out as well. And Jungle Kiona later on tonight will both be pulling double duty to get their matches done before Spring Festival on Saturday. So she runs it down. Momoko is out here for her match, distracting her with bubbles. But she's got maybe the biggest challenge in front of her, with the Royal Spirit champion Momo Watanabe, and good wrestling and decent reaction. And in one of the shocking upsets of the Royal Spirit Grand Prix, we gave the Yano win to Momoko Hanazono, pinning, even after blatantly cheating, submitting Momo Watanabe in shocking fashion. It should be pinfall. I figured I probably didn't need to put pinfall, but that's all right. But either way, Momoko Hanazono, after blatant cheating to Momo, does finally pick up her first victory and her first 2 points in a shocking upset to the Royal Spirit champion. So there you go. That has got major implications as to whether or not Momo gets into the finals, as like I said, she was neck and neck with Jungle Kiona, who's got 2 different matchups tonight to possibly push ahead. So this could be a big night for Kiona. With that, Momo's irate at the fact of what has happened here. Stomps out Momoko, and then the bell continues to ring. She grabs a chair and hits her a couple times with a chair before other girls come in and break it up. And Momo is pissed off and heads to the back with her title. And they tend to Momoko, who has got maybe about an hour, if that, to hopefully recover from that before she's got to do her next match. So with our next Grand Prix match, we've got a decent match here. Arisu Endo versus Ram Kaicho. Arisu, also back-to-back first-time winners in the Grand Prix. Arisu finally, like I said, I think it was in her latest match against Nodoka, ended up getting a time limit draw where she finally got on the board. And here she finally gets her first win against Ram, taps her out. And Ram sustained a concussion. I think Arisu's going to get some heat for that. Is she going to get some heat? I feel like she's going to. I feel like we're going to see something. Oh no, Arisu just concussed Ram. Uh-oh. So with that, Arisu, it looks like we're trying to get some matches together for Saturday for Spring Festival. We don't have any official matchups, but we do have one now, as after the fighting spirit that Arisu Endo has displayed thus far in the Grand Prix. Sayonama comes out and says that management has decided that they're going to grant her a Fighting Spirit Championship match against Nodoka Tenma at Spring Festival. Since they're both essentially eliminated from the tournament at this point, neither one is going to end up in the finals. It's available to actually book. So we've got Nodoka Tenma versus Arisu Endo. Arisu Endo. I believe this will be Nodoka's first title defense. So we've got our first title defense for Nodoka for the Fighting Spirit title. There you go. And our first match booked 5 days away. And we've got a vignette with 2 members of Revelation, Haruna Neko and Ayano Irie. And they've had a lot of disagreements with the Miyakoko army. the last month or so. And they decided they want themselves a tag match at Spring Festival. So the challenge has been thrown down of Neko and Ayano facing the Miyakoko army of Chie and Asako. So I guess we'll find out if they answer later on. We got a bit of a throwaway match here. Natsu Samire taking on Himawari. Himawari not been through a ton of matches thus far in her career. Definitely still a rookie at this point in her career, but she does last about 5.5 minutes before Natsu eventually beats her and pins her with an elbow drop, and just a little match there. But afterwards, Sumire grabs herself some sort of alcoholic beverage, perhaps a wine or champagne bottle, for Himawari to potentially drink from, and kind of puts her arm around her shoulder and has her drink, and wonders if maybe she should take Himawari under her wing. She's been looking for some proteges. She's been getting some people around to see who she could mentor, and she thinks Himawari could be someone, possibly. This is our tribute successor to No Mercy Bliss. Yeah. Yeah, it really is. Like, yeah, I think the less moveset options, I think they actually did pretty okay with the moveset options. That was one of the things they actually seemed to do okay with, maybe. But yeah, like the all the creative pieces to actually create a wrestler is probably the worst thing about it. It's just awful. 90% of the strike, like a Joshi rookie. Oh yeah, 90% of the strikes is just drop kicks, like a Joshi rookie or Hikari Noah. We get a pre-taped vignette playing to the live crowd. Of course, we got 2 more nights coming up. It's Monday. We've got I believe it's a Wednesday and a Friday show. Yeah, we got a Wednesday and a Friday show leading up to Spring Festival, and I don't remember which one, but we will see Risa Sarah by the end of the, I believe by Friday, night 14. And night 13 will feature a main event of Momo Watanabe versus Jungle Kiona, and it looks like Risa Sarah will be there to face Mei Saruga in the main event of night 14. So there you go. For that leads to second matchup for Momoka Hanazono on the night. First matchup on the night for Jungle Kiona. Great wrestling and good heat. Only goes about 7.5 minutes. Momoka, of course, not able to really truly recover from the beating that she took, and also the previous match that she had with Momo. And not enough to try to overcome Kiona. She tried whatever underhanded tactics she could. Wasn't enough. Spinning gut wrench powerbomb. Kiona gets the win, and 2 points on the board for her. And we go to the back. Speaking of Momo, Kyoko Kimura finds Momo backstage carrying her bat, and confronts her on the attack that she had to Momoka that essentially cost her the ability to even have her second match properly. And with that, Momo ends up hitting Kyoko Kimura with the bat, leaves her laying. A couple of the girls backstage kind of getting her away, but Momo has already grabbed her bag and is out the door. So Momo leaving there after hitting Kyoko Kimura with the bat. So we'll see what the fallout may be of that. Miyakoko Army with their own pre-tape. Answer the challenge of Revelation, and they will accept it, which means we will be getting another match here at Spring Festival. Let's see, 2v2. We will be having Revelation taking on Miyakoko Army. In fact, actually, it's different. Not Abaddon, but Ayano Irie and Haruna Neko. And I think that's all she wrote for that right now. Yep. So we do have a second match. We're getting there. And let's see here. Strong Kickers versus JD Lionesses. The way we had this, the way we had this here was if the JD Lionesses were successful in beating the Strong Kickers tonight, they would join the Twin Spirit Championship match between the Strong Kickers and Marikoto. It was not to be, though. At just over 14 minutes, Camille big boots Asahi in the face and gets the win for their team. And with that, we can have yet another pre-booking. In fact, our second title match for that night, and it will be made official. Marikoto, facing off. Facing off against the Strong Kickers once again for the Twin Spirit titles. There we go. All right. And with that, of course, Strong Kickers call out Marikoto. Marikoto does oblige as they are in the building and come out as Camille and Mirai promise that they're going to get their titles back at Spring Festival. Let me see real quick. I did some pre-booking. I don't know if okay. Yeah, so there might be a stipulation involved. They do mention a stipulation for this so that it's not just another normal tag match. Will be announced before Saturday, so we've got a few days here to find out exactly what that will entail. We go to, it looks like the semi-main for the night. Super Wrestling in good heat. Mika Iwata in just under 14 minutes gets the win over the Fighting Spirit champion Nodoka Tenma with a buzzsaw kick. And with that, Iwata puts 2 more points on the board and puts her ever so closer to challenging, to getting to the finals here. So good match for Iwata. And with that, gives a show of respect to Tenma as they really kind of went at each other for 14 minutes. Nodoka tried her best. It just wasn't enough. And Mika says that she's looking to have another match with her someday. Maybe not with a time limit, but perhaps with the Fighting Spirit Championship on the line. Of course, granted that Nodoka Tenma is able to walk away with it after Spring Festival. So a soft challenge kind of thrown out by Mika Iwata. And we'll see if Nodoka Tenma takes that on. Main event, Himeka versus Jungle Kiona in her second match of the night. Superb Wrestling, a good heat with both of them. Just over 14 minutes. Kiona did what she could to try to get the better of Himeka, but it wasn't enough as Himeka took advantage of Kiona's night and submitted her with a torture rack at the end. And gets the win and the 2 points there. Himeka does give respect to Kiona for her matches, deciding to pull a double header, tonight. And it looks like it is very possible that they will be facing off in the finals, in the block finals, as they both have gotten some secured wins here. So we'll see what happens as she thanks the crowd, and that will be the end of live stage. There we go. All right, so Momoko Hanazono and Jungle Kiona. And let's see here. I'll go to Asahi because she took that pin as well. Praise for great performance. Praise for great performance. Told that they're awesome. Seemed pleased. Was happy. Seemed pleased. All right. Let me try to remember here. So Momoko got the 2 points. Arisu got 2 points. 1 second. Kiona got 2 points. Let's see, Mika Iwata got 2 points. And Himika got 2 points. All right, so that puts Kiona up there 10. Iwata 9. Sorry, this is just off of just off screen right now, but I just want to have that set up real quick. Come on. Let me make sure we've got this set up. I don't. So that was 12, 13. Wednesday, week 3. Active, save it. That's what I wanted, right? Yep. Probably don't even need this. I've already done all the booking. All right. So we've got Wednesday, week 3 set up for that. Risa Sarah's officially returned. 7,700 people watched and got a concussion. So I wonder if that puts some heat between them. I have to feel like it does. Simmering, no, with Rin Katakura, but I think she also injured Rin Katakura at some point, so. Ram will work through it. In 4 days, she'll be fine. So by the time we get to Saturday, which I'm not 100% certain she was booked. She might have been. I don't think she was. There we go. We've got an appearance signing, and I think we're golden. Just got to get to Wednesday. There we go. I'm going to do a little bit of movement around here. Oops. Ten, 9, 8. Delete all that. I'm trying to utilize the the spare time in between loads here to quickly update my deal here. The good news is because I decided to try to build this in a I opted to build this in a spreadsheet, basically an Excel spreadsheet. It does make it a little bit easier to kind of input the information rather than if I was trying to do a graphic in like Photoshop. So that does help a little bit. Hey Timu, what's up? All right. Was that all one single block that I did? All right. Let me see here. We got that. Nothing there. Abdullah Kobayashi. Nothing big. No, we move on. And we move on. Got this figured out, actually. There we go. Shinjuku Face. Nope. We're going to go to Shinkiba. We're not going to broadcast it. Our next official broadcast. You know, I don't think they haven't said anything. We only got what, one more day of journals? And they haven't said anything about like how they might potentially do this. So I think the broadcast is going to be the same. And I don't know how to feel about that because like I've always stated before, since they've done this, is that any podunk little shindy, I've seen shindies with 150 people in them in some Legion Hall, post shit on YouTube. It doesn't cost $2,500. I'll just have to get over it. But I wish that he figured out something with that. I wish he would figure out something with that. And I feel like we're not going to hear anything about that tomorrow. And it's going to irk me because I can deal with it now, but you want to promote realism. Any shindy can put their shit on YouTube. I've seen it. DaVinci Resolve is free. Like it doesn't take much to throw titles on there. I think Sony, sorry, not Sony Vegas, but whoever owns Vegas now, is it Magix? I want to say it's Magix because I believe I have Magix Vegas. I mean, it doesn't cost a ton of money. You can still use Magix Vegas. That Pro 21, how much is that? How much you asking for it? Pro Edit, $199, perpetual license. There you go. You can even do a monthly subscription. Why would you? I don't know. Because a year-long subscription is $95, but a perpetual license is $200. But yeah. Yeah, DaVinci Resolve is free, as is pirating Premiere Pro. Horny on main product for OnlyFans Wrestling and PPP. All right, so I was gonna say, so what you're saying is get Chan Yoda. That's what we're doing here. I think she's here. All right, let's do it. Horny on main coming up. I think we are grabbing a couple of local workers tonight. Let me look. 2 of them. Looking at Mia Yotsuba. Hand her $20. I'd imagine that's probably what I'd imagine that's what Gato Move's paying her anyway. I can't imagine Gato Move pays that much. It can't. Yeah, you might get like 50 or so out of AWG in 2024. You might get more than that, but I mean, if you're willing to work for 20, let's do it. All right. Oh shit, we got incidents. Oh, good. More Kyoko Kimura, Psychology, and Sako Mia. Oh, I forgot she took a Sako Mia. Oh my god, dude. We're going to carry this over to TEW IX, and it's going to be fantastic. Because a Sako Mia in real life is like kind of a garbage tier wrestler. Like, she's good at being awful, but then she's also kind of actually awful. And like, it's going to be amazing when she ends up being this amazing underdog baby face. When she actually ends up like Himawari. Well, Himawari's actually done extremely well for herself as well in the last year and a half. So that makes sense. But Asako Mia is going to be the funniest one. We're going to make a Sako Mia. She's going to get the Kwame Brown treatment that we get for NBA 2K14, where she's going to be somebody who isn't very good, and then she's going to end up being like a 5-star general. There we go. Can't wait. All right. Getting that up. Thankfully, these are only 90 minutes, and I max out at 12 segments. So once I move these from 75 to 90 minutes, it really made me. I really filled out the 12 segments at that point. It'll be interesting to see. I'm interested in seeing what happens with the new setup, because I'm gonna have to redo all my spreadsheets. I'm gonna have to redo all my spreadsheets next week. Do I have Friday off? I think I have next Friday off. Might have to just spend all next Friday with the demo redoing all my spreadsheets so I have an idea of what it's gonna be. We got an opening matchup to do. Let me try to get on through this here. We've got Unagi We've got Miyako Matsumoto. Boom. Yeah, it was funny because my friends were like, "Are you going to be okay now that Nao's retired?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've done this before with having my favorite girl retire. I'll get a new one." Haruna Neko's right there for the 6 months that she's going to be still technically a wrestler before she retires because her knees are sawdust. There we go. I think we're good with that. Yeah, it does look good, especially the calendar. The actual real world calendar, big. I love it. Yeah, the broadcasting is about the biggest gripe that I have. I saw people still asking for custom, and as much as I would like a custom product, I'm pretty much over it. And I know it's not coming back, so it's like, whatever, that's fine. I'm over that. I could deal with it. I mean, I found a product that fits my booking style perfectly, so I'm not, it's okay. And then I turn off the things that I think are stupid in the rules that I think make it much worse. Can I look at the product from here? Yeah, like the things where let me see here. Do they ask for a specific match? Yeah, each show needs one match. The high spots or steal the show. Or one match aimed at technical masterclass. Yeah, no, I turn that shit off. That's realistically like Lucha Race. Like, if you're doing that, no. I mean, no, I'm doing a steal the show and a technical masterclass every event. No, it's one of the rules that I don't like. I also don't like the that they're gonna start warning you every time you're not using a title. It was 2 weeks, but after the journal, they apparently he already upped it to a month. Because I bet you enough people were like, "Excuse me, 2 weeks not defending the belt and you're going to hound me over it?" All right, a month. I wish it was 2 months. 2 months would be fine. I'd be okay with 2 months. 1 month is still iffy. Let's see here. Miyako Matsumoto, Chieko Ishikawa, Sako Miya, Roman Reigns simulator. Yeah, and it's not like it's gonna force you to do something, but it's just gonna bug me. It's gonna be like, by the way, you haven't defended it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's gonna be a pain in my ass. I can already feel that. I don't know. I'm not gonna like that part. It's one of the few things that they talked about. The few changes that one of the only changes that I'm actually like real iffy about. I think there was like one other thing early on. I can't remember now. I want to feel like that there was a thing early on that I was also iffy about that made it feel more gamey than anything. But I can't quite remember off the top of my head what it was. There we go. Can't imagine either one of them are going to be very good. We'll see what they draw for this, but I can't imagine either one of them end up doing very good. I mean, Miya Yotsuba at least gets some reps in Gato Move. Yufa kind of sorta, but Gato Move and AWG aren't exactly known for their high caliber talent. And I don't count the ones that were, already wrestlers before they showed up and then left. and then left anyway a couple months ago. Let's see here. How long are we going? 11. Ichiko. Open match. Decisive. There you go. This was exactly what I wanted, right? Right. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Let's see. We got another 2v2. Hey, look who showed up to work. Oh, God, I forgot she's concussed. You know what? That's another thing they didn't mention is the fact that I feel like there should be some lesser penalties, including stamina, to put people in tag matches. I feel like that's something that you could put in TEW, where it's like, hey, you know, a guy who's got like 36 stamina, you know, can be in tag matches, kind of like the old New Japan guys who wrestled into their 40s and 50s. Like Nakanishi could barely move, but he was still wrestling up until just a couple. I don't know if he's still wrestling, but at least he was in tag matches. Go in there, tag in, play the hits for 2 minutes, back on out. And you can do that, you know, couple times a week for years. It's what Tanahashi should be doing. Well, let's give it to Now. And Ram. Here we go. Angle. Yeah, Andre did tags there. Just stood in the corner, got tagged. Yeah. And it was fine because it was Andre. And he couldn't really move much anyway, but people just wanted to see Andre. Kobashi did that in his last days. Like, a lot of the Japanese legends did that shit in their last days. As a wrestler. Just do some tag matches. Come in. Do like Kobashi. You come in, throw some lariats, do your chops, get the crowd happy, tag on out. And I feel like they don't accurately portray that in this game. Because they still have I don't think they reduce a lot of I mean, you could obviously do like the keep it simple and stuff like that, but I don't think they do enough to really mitigate the idea of an older guy being able to come in and actually still wrestle for like an extra 10 years because he does tag and 6-man and 8-man tags for that once or twice a week, just so people get to see them. We'll just do neutral. This had to have been I didn't officially put this as a Grand Prix match. I guarantee it was, right? I'm not stupid, right? Yeah, okay. I didn't put the little tag in that it was a Grand Prix match, but I'm like, these are two people who definitely I don't think has fought, so had to have been. There, that should level it out a little bit. And we go 14 on that. Open match, decisive win. Is she going to be okay with that? She's mostly 18s with the 40 something in there. And yeah, I mean, it's not much different. Yeah, not much difference there. All right. Try to knock some more shows out here. God, it's been hour 12 already. Nope, there we go. I just closed my stuff. Let's see. Kyoko. Yuri. And off screen. There we go. So entertainment, charisma, and star quality. There we go. Set up a singles match for Yuri at Hikari No is not retired timeline. Technically, this is over a year ago, so Hikari No wasn't retired at this point. But I know what you mean. There's a good chance that she will continue to not be retired. This is also a nice little timeline, which is the Bray Wyatt and Brody Lee are not dead story, the timeline as well. You know, So that's a nice timeline where you could see, oh, Brody Lee re-signed with AEW, and it's like, good for him. All right, let me see here. We have got, oh, that's right. We're doing a draw. We're doing a draw, folks. Open match. Go, no, don't slow build it. Go all out. Beat the piss out of one another for a 15-minute time limit. We want to not have an official winner coming out of that. All right. No slow build. Slow build it? I mean, but don't you need at least 15? I mean, but like by the time you get into the next gear, you're like what, 10, 11 minutes in? Plus, here, let me get this real quick. Momo Watanabe, Jungle Kiona. Okay. Fighting. They still want to fight one another. I don't think they have the, because it mostly requires psychology though too, right? Good in-ring performances, high psychology. Poor in-ring performances or low psychology. Matches under 15 minutes. So like it's the bare minimum. I think they could go. I think they could be fine with this because I don't think they have the psychology yet. 75 is okay. I don't think Kiona's got it though. 79. I mean, they both technically got it. I'll keep that in mind. For now. We'll just yeah. I won't worry about that too much. I'm sure you could probably see where I'm going with that, but there's a reason why we don't want to have a definitive ending between these two anyway. Let's see here. Kyoko Kimura, Momo, and this will be involving Hikari, and now, as well as Risa Sarah, Rina Yamata. Oh, we're gonna have to do the all. Rina Yamashita. Off screen. No, we'll say that they're on screen. They're off screen. We're not paying them for this. But yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll do acting for all that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. 90 minutes. Everything's good. Nothing's necessary. Everything's gravy. 12 segments. We're done. Pack her up. We're going. Ship her out. All right. IdolPro, a Golden Spirit Grand Prix night number 13. Before we get to that, of course, we had a night previously with Live Stage. As we're getting to the end, it's the penultimate night. Quick look, real quick. The current standings, not much really changed in Block A because there weren't really any matches for that. That will definitely change tonight. However, with Block B, we had some changes. Himeka keeps herself at the top with 12. Jungle Kiona right behind her at 10. Although Mika Iwata also kept up at 9. It's do or die for Momo Watanabe tonight. As she will be facing Jungle Kiona in the main event. So Momo is in a must-win situation against Kiona if she wishes to advance to the finals against Himeka. And that's where we sit right now. Of course, Arisu and Momika Hanazono both getting their first wins officially there. So we are golden with that as we get to night number 13. Sairi Namba opens up the show, running down the card as Unagi looks to secure one final win today in her last match here. She was able to secure 3. She wants to end with a winning record And she will face Miyako Matsumoto and be able to do as such. And it took just over 7.5 minutes as she submits Miyako Matsumoto and takes the win in the opener. You know what I should do? I should just put this up here where I put the numbers there. It was a good try for Unagi Saika there. She did get it together towards the end. 8 points will put her up there with the finalists, but I believe she had a loss against either Mei or Hikari or both. So she's still essentially eliminated, but she did put up a good fight there. Miyako Matsumoto, though, afterwards has Chie and Asako Miya come into the ring, and she pep talks them on the microphone about their tag match they're going to have with Revelation in 3 days, as was the challenge thrown down just a couple nights ago. So we've got that set up as she's looking to try to get her troops together and get them ready for Spring Festival. JK Fallen Stars in action, taking on unsigned, a couple of freelance wrestlers in Gato Moves, Mia Yotsuba, and Actress Girls, Yufa. And yeah, they did about as well as I kind of said. Mia Yotsuba did okay. Even though she was off her game, she did better than Yufa. But they do have excellent chemistry teaming together. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with that information, considering it didn't have much heat and terrible wrestling, but I mean, it was a thing. And it got the crowd hotter somehow. So I'll take it. We jump back into the Grand Prix. Michiko takes on now Kakuta. And good wrestling, decent reaction there. Just over 8.5 minutes. Tombstone pile drives now Kakuta and Michiko. 2 more points on the board. Will finish with 12. So a 6-1 record there as she has cemented her place in the finals. So she will be in the Block A finals. And we will see who she faces off against, as we still have a couple of matches that could change who our finalists are on the next show, as well as tonight as well. AI Princess coming out, taking on the Pineapple Banshees, and decent enough little match. Ram still did pretty well despite her concussion. And nonetheless, AI Princess get the win, just under 9.5 minutes. Now Ishikawa pins Ram and gets the win for the team. And with that, Unimon trying to console Ram after their loss. Ram seems fed up with this team and friendship with Yuna as she pushes her away and storms out of the ring and to the back. We get to yet another one, Yuri versus Hikari Noa. This also has major implications. Yuri ended up just under 12 minutes submitting Hikari Noa. That's a big win for Yuri now. She is still out of the tournament, but she got to play spoiler to Hikari Noa in a bit of an upset here, and that will stick Hikari Noa at 8 points. And that might have essentially eliminated Hikari Noa, as we still got one more match out of Mei Suruga. I don't know. I'd have to go look and see here how that looked. Let me see, because they faced each other, obviously. Noah, Suruga. Okay, so Hikari Noa does have the tiebreaker win over Mei Suruga. But because they're both sitting at 8 points, Mei Suruga has a match in the main event on Friday night and 2 nights on the final night. She is in a don't lose situation. That's all she's got to do is not lose. And she goes to the finals. If not, Hikari Noa has a chance, assuming that Risa Sera, which I believe there's another one here, because we got Risa Sera has the win over Hikari Noa. But does not over Mei Suruga. So if Risa Sera, so this is some basketball level stuff going on here. Hikari Noa can only get in if Mei Suruga loses her match and Risa Sera only gets 1 point out of her 2 matches on night 14. I don't think Unagi Sayaka fits in there at all either. I think Unagi... Yeah, Unagi lost to Noah, so she's out. Mei Suruga. Risa Sera, if she wants to win, has to at least win 1 match. And she lost to May, so she would have to beat May. She would have to win both of her matches on night 14. And all Mei Suruga has to do to walk away and join the Block A finals to face Michiko is don't lose. That's all she has to do. She has the easiest ride right now. Don't lose her match against Risa Sera. Risa Sera has to lose both of her matches, and then Hikari Noa's got to hope that May loses and Risa Sera loses both her matches. That's where we sit at Block A. But that's all we got left at this point. With that, Kyoko Kimura has seen the effort that Yuri has put forward as well, and has decided that she has gotten herself a special booking, a special wrestler coming in for this, as Yuri at Spring Festival will take on, we haven't seen her in 10 months, because I believe she showed up for Shining Stage last year in TJPW's Shoko Nakajima, returning, and she will face Yuri one-on-one at Spring Festival. So as if you didn't book Noah a job properly. I'm just bringing it up to the people who don't already know exactly what's happening. Also, we've got Block B kind of starting to get figured out here. Momo Watanabe draws with Jungle Kiona. And with that, Momo will grab a point and go up to 9. Kiona will grab a point and go up to 11. And let me see here. Let me make sure, because what matches do we got for night 14? Endo Hanazono, Tenma Kaicho, Saruga, Sera, Yuri. Okay, so at this point, Mika Iwata is out of matches. Momo Watanabe is out of matches. Momo Watanabe was in a must-win situation against Jungle Kiona. She was unsuccessful in that, which means we do have on night 13 our Block B final. So at Spring Festival, to open up, or one of our opening matchups at least, we will have our Block B final. 12 points Himika, 11 points Jungle Kiona. Winner will be going on to the Grand Prix final. Whoops. I meant to go the other way with that. There we go. All right, so we've got that done. Momo Kiona are going to get up in each other's faces as Momo once again was in a must-win situation to try to get this and go to the finals. It was not to be, and with that, she's upset. Kiona fighting as well. We get Hikari and now as well as other people coming in to kind of break this up. And with that, to end it, Kyoko Kimura comes out. She said she'd been spending the last couple days making some calls as she figured out a way to properly punish Momo Watanabe. She will not have to defend her title at Spring Festival. But with that, with her actions, she has decided that at Spring Festival, she is going to make a 6-person tag match. And it will be a hardcore match. Do I want hardcore weapons? I believe hardcore is the slightly lighter version. Yes. So basically, if Momo wants to use weapons, she'll get to use weapons. As she'll be in a 6-person hardcore tag match. Herself and Free Wi-Fi are booked. Shit. They're going to be facing Rina Yamashita and Risa Sera of Death Riot. And for one night, Sendai Girls, the Hardcore Queen, Dash Chisako, as other people might know her. Hawkeye Pro Hall of Famer Dash Chisako will be making an appearance and teaming with Death Riot for this hardcore match. There we go. So we've got that booked for Spring Festival. And yeah, I think that's about all we needed there. And that is how we end the show. 68. Shit, we still got 2 more shows after this. It's, you know, it's because I got so much crap I'm trying to do here. Okay, Pro is non-canon here. That's a good point. You are right. Gooner's pipe dream. How dare you? How dare you? Okay. Sorry, I definitely needed some water. That water's definitely helped. We did that. That's all been done. Baron Corbin sidelined. Serious viral infection. Okay. Not much there. Dynamite, NXT, our show. It's whatever. Stardom to launch a feud. Ryo Mizunami versus Asuka. We should rename her Devaney. I think I could do that from here, from the in-game editor, right? Is it? Can it be under? No. We'll change that now because I'm going to forget. There we go. Does it showcase on here when I do that? No, but it will. Is there a signing as that? Just put an I in the middle. Oh, I was like, wait a minute. Did I forget something? And I was like, oh, put an I in, yeah, Vaney instead of like, let me see here. It's still listed as Asuka, obviously. Can I change that or should I just leave it be for now? I think I can do it. I think it'd be under contracts, wouldn't it be? Can I do contracts? Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was trying to do. I don't do this a lot, so it was it's different. Whoops. Venme. There we go. Guess it doesn't matter if it's changed there. It's changed, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Let me make sure. All right, night 14. Friday. Night before, active. All right. Tomorrow night. Thank God we don't got some major Vertigo thing. We've already dealt with that. That's already done. It's very warm. Is it just warm because it's kind of warm, or is there something wrong with my AC? I'm going to look real quick while this is doing that. Woo! It actually says it's cooler than what my AC has. Is it cooling down outside? Is that what it is? No, it's still warm outside. How is it somehow cooler than it should be? I'm not going to worry about it, but I'm still sweating. Maybe it's just because I'm sitting here doing my thing here. Murder clown injured is a funny thing. All right. 90-minute show shouldn't be a huge thing, so save that. We're not doing that. Backstage incidents, more psychology, more selling. I like this. This has been a great pickup. Remembered on the GDS forums whether the angle name has an increased limit. Adam didn't respond. God forbid it doesn't with the new angle system. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm gonna have to figure out what's what with that. Yokohama Radiant Hall. All right. Three minutes. Wow, I get a whole thing here where Namba does not get interrupted. She just runs down the deal. And we're gonna immediately open with Risa Sera making her presence felt to poor Yuri. Poor Yuri is gonna have to take a bit of a beating here, leading up to opening contest. Boom, 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 boom. And this goes 10 minutes. Yuri tries, fails. Risa Sera's back. And she's looking to win. There you go. Part 1 is done. Oh, I need to grab a couple more local workers tonight. Namely, Ami Miura. Should I name her Ami Sore? I think it almost rolls off the tongue better than Ami Miura. Hanako definitely rolls off the tongue better than... I forget what she was. She was something Sarah, right? Or something Risa. She had like a Risa Sera type name. It's gonna bother me if I don't find it. Ah. What was she called? Bella Risa. Bella Risa. All right. Match 2v2. We'll let JK Fallen Stars get another win against who gives a shit people. Himawari, Ami Miura. 11 minutes. Let's see here. Ruaka will get the win this time. Not much will be needed here. I think there's yeah, because at this point, like you got a couple matches that are basically selling the building here, and the building doesn't really need to be sold because we're gonna sell it anyway. Let's see here. Marikoto. Oh, Maria. Maria Takeda. Kohaku. Yuki Kamifuku. Mirai. Oops. And star quality. Man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to have Pre-tapes. I cannot wait to specify pre-tapes so it just doesn't feel silly. All right, let's see here. Arisu, Momo Hanazono. We got 12 minutes. Risu, open match, decisive. Get her rolling strong into her Fighting Spirit title match coming up. So we'll have that at least. Arisu, get on the mic, talk to people for a couple minutes, hype up her match a little bit. There you go. We've got another match, a bit of a tune-up, kind of, sort of, from two people who are no longer in the Grand Prix, and Noah and Kakuta taking on Hanako and Yoshiko Hasegawa. A quite large girl and a quite tiny, tiny girl. I say girl like she's not a 38, 39-year-old woman. Let's see here. Let's give Kakuta the win over Hasegawa. Decisive finish. Boom. Semi-main. Nodoka Tenma. Ram Kaicho. That's fine. I hope, cross my fingers, that I don't further injure her. It's probably not good. We probably don't even need to put her in this match. We probably could just rest her. And she got like one more damn day left. We're gonna make this worse, aren't we? What's the medical look like? Yeah, she's got a day. She's kind of already lost. It's who cares? Yeah, we'll you know what? We'll take the chance. We'll take the chance because she's not working this next show anyway. So if she can get through this last match, that's gonna be it. They're all gonna be able to take a break here in just another day. Nodoka, and she's gonna hype up her match with Arisu. Boom. Main. Mei Saruga. Is Risa? Oh, yeah, that's right. Risa Sarah already fought once. Here we go. $16. May. Open. Decisive. Boom. I get it. But hey, could you do me a favor? Put her over. There you go. Just put the girl over, man. We need a bright young star. We don't need women in their 30s who divorcees in their 30s. How do you build off that? There we go. Good success there. Boom. 90 minutes. Everything's good. 12 segments. All right. All right. We're 39 in. Okay, so we got one more show after this. We're getting there. We're getting there. concussion. That's whatever. All right. All right. Okay, here we go. The final night, night number 14. Somehow, some way, we've made it work. We're at night number 14. We're on the final 4 matchups, I believe, in the Grand Prix, in the Golden Spirit Grand Prix. We will be determining the block final for Block A. We've already got Block B's figured out 2 nights ago. Tonight we figure out Block A. Quick look one more time at the current standings. Block B is pretty much, I mean, could be a little bit of movement because I think we still got Notica and Arisu and some other people still fighting. But the main thing that we are looking at here, Michiko has locked herself into Block A. What we are looking at is Mei Suruga, Hikari Noa, and Risa Sera. Those are the 3 that we are looking at. Risa Sera is pulling double duty tonight. She still has, it is a mountain to climb to get to the finals, but it is possible. She'll have, she will have Yuri in the opening contest. If she wins, that takes her to 8. And that will tie her with Mei Suruga. They'll be fighting in the main event. And if that happens, then Mei Suruga and Arisa, then of course Hikari Noa will be out at that point, and Mei Suruga and Risa Sera will be fighting to determine who gets into the finals. If it becomes a time limit draw, then we'll have to figure that out. But nonetheless, that's where we stand. It's either going to be Mei Suruga, Hikari Noa, or Risa Sera facing Michiko in the Block B, in the Block A final tomorrow. So that's the card finalizing the block finals tonight. We move straight on here. Risa Sera going to make her presence known immediately. She takes Yuri and has tossed her out the curtain. Got some weapons as we haven't even had the bell sound or anything. She's throwing her into some chairs. And she's yelling at it. She's sorry. It's not personal, but she has to do what she needs to do in order to win. So Yuri's going to have to take a bit of a beating before she eventually is thrown into the ring so we can get this Grand Prix match finally started. And with that, we get the bell rung. It only goes just under 8.5 minutes. Yuri fought as hard as she could, but it wasn't enough as Risa Sera defeats her in 8:25 with Ayers Rock, and that will eliminate Hikari Noa as Risa Sera takes 2 points. She is up to 8, and tonight's main event of Mei Suruga versus Risa Sera will be to determine the second finalist in the Block A final. JK Fallen Stars once again in action, this time taking on Himawari and Ami Miura as we get a one-night deal with her. Didn't have much heat, terrible wrestling. But JK Fallen Stars get the win in just 8.5 minutes. Baraka pins Ami Miura. Himawari's the weak link, but she's got some good advice. She's been getting some good advice, and I think getting her continuously in the ring is gonna help her immensely. It's amazing that Ami Miura is as good as she is too. Well, I guess she's been around for a few years at this point, even in AWG before she went to Stardom. We get a vignette playing for the Twin Spirit title match as it will be made official that we will not be having just a traditional tag match. They are announcing that Mari Koto versus the Strong Kickers will be a Tokyo Tornado tag match. That means there will be no tags. It'll be all 4 women fighting each other at the same time in the ring. So it'll be a slightly different here as both of them will have to kind of watch each other's back, but that is what we got for our Twin Spirit title match tomorrow. Arisu Endo in her Grand Prix match against Momika Hanazono goes just under 10 minutes and submits Momika. Decent match there. Arisu's going to grab 2 more points off of that, and that's going to catapult her. Well, she was above Ram, and as of right now, puts her above Notica. But I believe Notica has a match coming up next to possibly keep her there. But at least Arisu's going to get herself another win and, at least cap off her Grand Prix a little bit much better, a little bit better than than it was just a couple weeks ago, going into her Fighting Spirit title match. Speaking of, she thanks Kyoko for the opportunity to have said title match, wishes Notica best of luck coming up next, as well as tomorrow at Spring Festival. We get a tag match first. Free Wi-Fi is going to get themselves ready for their match that was announced just a couple nights ago with the 6-person hardcore tag match. They're going to face Hanako and Yoshiko Hasagawa, who look to be the weak link, unfortunately. But Free Wi-Fi gets the better of them, now pins Yappy there in just over 8 minutes. And Free Wi-Fi get a little bit of momentum rolling into tomorrow's Spring Festival matchup. We get Notica Tenma in her final matchup against Ram Kaicho in the Grand Prix. Goes at just under 13.5 minutes. Notica hits the kill switch and is going to get 2 more points that will put her back above Arisu Endo and plant her firmly in 5th place. She will be ending in 5th place. Probably not exactly what she wanted as the Fighting Spirit champion, but I mean, the 4 people above her, Himika, Kiona, Iwata, Watanabe, are a mountain to climb. And, I think considering the circumstances, ending at, 3 and 4, or no, I think it was like 2, 3 and 2 or something like that, because she had a couple of time limit draws in there. She did what she could, but Notica getting a win there as she prepares herself for her title defense tomorrow against Arisu. A bit disappointed in her failures, but she's got a title defense to look forward to. Main event, Mei Suruga versus Risa Sera, goes just under 14 minutes. Mei Suruga brainbusters Risa Sera, and with that win, the winner was going to be advancing to the Block A final. Mei Suruga does as much, and with that, we've got the Block B final set up. Now we've got, let me see here if we can do this. There we go, 1v1. We've got we've got Michiko versus Mei Suruga. In the Golden Spirit Grand Prix Block A final. There you go. And with that, Sarah's a bit disappointed that injury seems to have kept her from maybe being able to get more wins, as she did do quite well for herself, but it just wasn't enough as Mei Suruga gets the win. Mei closes the show, planning on winning the Golden Spirit Grand Prix tomorrow. We're going to have a packed house for Shinjuku Face, and that is all she wrote. 57, I'll take it. All right, that can be closed. I think my Grand Prix stuff should be closed at this point. All right, that's good. All right, we got one final show. One final show to run through here. Probably move this over so I can better look at, just in case anything happens to my stream, which doesn't look like it. No drop frames or anything, but nonetheless. Anything changed? Anything changed? It doesn't look like it. Hikari Noa changed her style to just be a regular wrestler. I feel like that was probably her deal already. Ram Kaicho has finally recovered, and of course we had the 2 one-night only deals. All right. There's another Koki Iwasaki. All right, so nothing there. Let me make sure. IdolPro should say tonight, right? Tonight. All right. I don't have it officially here, so you know what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. go. Singles, any... I guess it's no limit, but I mean, it's not going to be a floating, an achievement, annual competition, held at Spring Festival, 1v1. I mean, tournament, but I'm not really using the tournament, so yeah, 1v1. Everything else. Function. All right. Boom. Oh, we are there. How much money have we lost? $5 grand. Not the worst. Could be a lot worse. Vertigo. I think we're still going to make money this month. So that's good. Oh. Curtis Axel, locate Victoria. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's wrestling in Australia. So, hey, you know what? I don't think we put in... Did I put in to pay for his travel? Travel costs are covered. Well, what is my... Oh, that's not. Can I look here? Click here to view the full contract. Travel cover, no. All right, well, sucks to be you if you want to travel from Australia. I ain't paying for it. Of course, you want travel costs to be covered, but that's not what we agreed to. All right. While this loads, before I get everything set up real quick, let me do this. Automatic selection. We're doing that. We're good there. Shinjuku face. All right. Before I get all this, I'm going to grab some water. I'm going to make sure I have water because I can already feel like I'm going to need it. So give me 1 second. All right. There we go. I had just enough water left in the pitcher, in the Brita filter, for one more good sized cup. It's good. Good, good, good. All right. Let me see. Where am I at with this? Well, I didn't make any match cards, so I'll make sure I have them for the next one. That's fine. All right, let's add this. Oh, we got incidents. All right, real quick, local workers. Here, yep. Ihara. Let's make it an even 500 for both of them. I think should be good. Up here to 250, so we got 250 here. There you go. Move that. Announcers. Save it. There we go. All right. Backstage. More selling this time. And psychology. All right. Man, they're going to be 5-star generals. I can feel it. This. Her selling is already going up. Her psychology is skyrocketing. Sort of. I almost wish you could do like what NBA 2K has. I don't know if they've announced that or anything, but it'd be kind of cool if I could like talk like a veteran. Like say you have a veteran who's at least like in 10 years. It's like you can have someone who's had at least 10 years in the business talk someone who's a veteran into taking someone under your wing. I think that'd be kind of neat if you could like find a way to talk vets into taking certain people in that you want to see succeed. I think that'd be really cool. Like what they do with NBA 2K, where you can do it there. That's what I would want. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Sairi Namba. Entertainment, major success, minor success, sorry. All right. Pre-booking. We've got Michiko Saruga. Add to booking sheet here. We got 18 minutes total out of this. May open match decisive. Now I need Michiko to be willing to put over May. All right. There we go. Block B. We're going 20. Ooh. It's gonna be a long night for these girls. Open match, decisive finish. Will it help? Does she have she has 79 psychology. And I think Kiona has 79 as well, right? Yeah. Should we try the cuz I mean it's long enough. You can probably do slow build. I think we can slow build this. How can Dash do her ladder spots in Shinjuku? You're right. Well, she'd just dive off the railing, wouldn't she? Or the bar tables or whatever they have usually set up in Shinjuku. That's probably how they would end up doing it. I'm sure they've probably done that for... I don't know if Sendai runs Shinjuku. I feel like they do occasionally, I thought. Or Dash has freelanced for other promotions that run Shinjuku. I feel like that would be her thing. If she can't do the ladder spot, maybe dive off of the railing or the bar area. Or do what Darby Allin did last night and just hang off the rafters. And then fall down. Instead, it's but a splash instead of a coffin drop. All right. We are hiring a couple more local workers. Female active wrestler. You know what? We'll do any status just in case they aren't active, like they're semi. Well, I think it would still be fine, but there you go. We're gonna give them another payday here. I think we're eventually going to be, I think with their skill sets that we've gotten out of them, I think we might sign them full time. I certainly wouldn't mind Ami being here. Probably could replace somebody. Open match, decisive finish. You know what? After a slow build, let's see them go all out. You just got two tall girls, two big girls, just two, what is it? Two meaty girls bumping meat. Don't need your 5-star matches. Don't need your classics. Two meaty girls bumping meat. That's what I want to see. Let's see here. Boom. 11 to, well, yeah, that's about what I figured would probably happen for this. Ayano Irie pinning Asaka Miya, so that should help. But we will do open match and a decisive finish. There you go. Let's see here. All right. Thankfully, we don't have a ton of, I mean, we do have a fair bit towards the end as far as angles go. So we can just boom, 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 just start rapid firing some of these deals here. All right. So immediately, Dash, Risa Sera, Rina Yamashita, Momo, Hikari. Now, immediately, it's just everybody fighting. We get the entrance, of course, of Momo and free Wi-Fi, and then we get Dash and Risa and Rina, and then it's just a brawl. It's just a brawl for 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes because it's not Cork and Hall. So there's not a lot of places they can go. Let's see here. Not booking analysis. Pre-booking. Boom. We're going 20. You know what? I feel like we should. We should have Dash pin Momo. She is kind of the big star out of all. Well, I mean, Rina Yamashita and Risa Sera are as well. But yeah, we'll have. Is that gonna dork us out? Honestly, you know what? You know what? Nah, because you know, I think if we're gonna have a feud later on, potentially, I think Dash and Hikari Noah having like a hardcore rivalry, considering Hikari was kind of doing that for a little while, that lead to Risa Sera and Rina Yamashita, so it only makes sense that she could keep up, that she could do this with the hardcore queen herself. All right. Bum. Intermission. Did they say anything about like the new angles having anything like that? It'd be nice if the road agent note was specifically for calming the crowd. That would be nice. having a calm the crowd like road agent note, like, yeah, this is an intermission, so we're getting people like resettled back in. Who should we talk to? We should talk to Jungle Kiona because she's wrestling later on. We should talk to Mei Saruga because she's wrestling later on. Let's see here. We kind of had Nodoka and Arisu do their thing, but I'm imagining Strong Kickers would probably still want to talk. So we'll do that. I'm just trying to look here. Probably not do them. Michiko would probably be upset, but she can also talk with Haruna Neko and Ayano Irie and Abaddon. So they all do their thing. Get some little minor interviews out of the way while we clean the place up for an intermission. Rebooking Yuri versus Shoko. 16 minutes total. And yeah, Shoko obviously going to get the win here. Open match, decisive finish. There you go. And let's see here. We've got Nodoka versus Arisu. And that's 16 total. And Nodoka's going to have that defense. Open match, decisive finish. Hopefully Nodoka doesn't get injured. Let's see. Quick angle afterwards. To Nodoka, Arisu. We'll do their acting, I guess. It's just a handshake. I forget what I usually use for that. We'll just do that. Twin Spirit title match. Let's see. And 18 minutes on that. Let me see here. We've got Maria should probably beat. Let's go Kamiyu. Open match, decisive finish. I guess just in case they decide to do something, I'll make it a pinfall. I want it to be a pinfall, so we'll do that. Add an angle, drop that in. 3 minutes. Maria, Haku, Mirai, Yukikami Fuku, Charisma, selling. There we go. All right. Let's see. And jump that in 2 minutes. Jungle Jungle Kiona, Mei Saruga, and we'll use their star quality for big match entrances and intros, and our main event. Block A's Mei Saruga and Block B's Jungle Kiona. Oops. And we're going 22 minutes. Put that Golden Spirit Grand Prix on the line. Kiona. Open, decisive. Does Mei have the psychology? She does not. So we'll leave that as it is. Uh-oh. What's the booking analysis? Mayumi Kurihara is given too much. Okay. Kyoko? Alright, Kyoko's fine. Angle. Drop her in. Kyoko. Jungle. Can Kurihara do this? We'll see. 4 minutes there. We do entertainment and entertainment, I guess. Major success. Big time. And let's see here. Final bit, 3 minutes. Kiona, Momo. Charisma, entertainment, and builds up title match. Boom, boom, boom. We good. No problems. Everything's golden. 17 segments, 180 minutes. 3-hour show is in the books. We are set to go. I think we're good. All right. All right. Let me get a drink. Let me drink my water. Drink some water real quick. Make sure my throat isn't too dry for this. Start the show. All right, we are here for IdolPro's Spring Festival 2023. We're going to be figuring out the block finalist for the Golden Spirit Grand Prix. We've got a 6-person tag, the hardcore tag with the tag titles on the line, or the Twin Spirit titles on the line, and a Tokyo Tornado tag match. We get the Fighting Spirit title on the line, and we'll have the Grand Prix final determined in tonight's main event. Along with the announcement, I think it might have been announced before, but it is official. This will be our last major show. Out of the 6 major shows that we do each year, this should be the final major show that IdolPro will do in Shinjuku Face, because Shining Stage 3rd Live in 2 months in May will be IdolPro's Korakuen Hall debut. So we are finally, you're not really a promotion in Japan until you've really done Korakuen Hall, and IdolPro will be making its debut in May in 2 months for Shining Stage. And of course, we will be determining the main event of the first Korakuen Hall show tonight. So this is a big night, and this is a big step up leading to Shining Stage. So here we go. Sold out Shinjuku Face for this, by the way. Great wrestling and good heat for our Block A final. Michiko and Mei Saruga fighting here. We do not have a time limit on here anymore, so we get just over 15 and a half minutes. Mei Saruga gets the better of Michiko, where that didn't really happen a whole lot during the entire run here, but Mei Saruga gets the better of Michiko and will walk away with the Block A win, and she punches her ticket to the main event later tonight for the Golden Spirit Grand Prix final. Right after that, we get our Block B final. Huge match between Himeka and Jungle Kiona. I believe Himeka beat Jungle Kiona just a few days ago, so they get the rematch pretty much immediately. Superb wrestling and good heat. It went nearly 18 minutes. It was another brawl as well, but Kiona with a diving splash gets the better of Himeka, gets the pin, and Jungle Kiona will be facing Mei Saruga in the finals for the Golden Spirit Grand Prix crown, the first ever Golden Spirit Grand Prix crown. To break that up, we have two ladies that we have been utilizing over the last couple of months in various matchups in Ami Miura and Hanako, but they will be finally facing one another tonight, as it seems as though potentially be signing them to a more full-time deal. As of right now, they've been just doing one night signings. We'll see what comes of that, if I feel like we should be signing them or not. But terrible wrestling, but nonetheless just over 7 minutes, and Ami Miura gets the win over Hanako. And it's a decent little match, I guess. Got the announcing quality lifted it, so it is what it is. It's pretty bare for bare for what we run now. Leads to our next match. Revelation, Ayano Irie and Haruna Neko taking on Chieko Ishikawa and Asako Miya of the Miyakoko Army. Decent reaction, subpar wrestling out of everybody. It really says something when Haruna Neko is the tactician, the ring general of the match. Asako Miya was definitely tracking the whole thing down. Ayano ends up submitting Asako Miya in just about 8.5 minutes, though, and Revelation getting a victory here. And that'll just lead us into our next match. It is the 6-person hardcore match. Momo Watanabe, Hikari Noa, and now Kakuta come out for their entrance. And with that, we get Dash Chisako, Risa, Sarah, and Rina Yamashita come out with their weapons. Toss them in the ring, and before much can happen, Momo and Free Wi-Fi go outside of the ring, and there is brawling between the 6 all over Shinjuku face. The bell hasn't even rung yet, so after a couple minutes of all 6 of them brawling, we get a few of them back into the ring for the match to be made official. Superb wrestling and good heat. And we do eventually get a hormone splash, probably not off a ladder like she usually does, because quite frankly, Shinjuku does not have high ceilings, but just high enough that Dash can hit a hormone splash on Hikari Noa, probably on some chairs, because that's how Dash rolls. And getting the pin for herself and Death Riot. And Jesus, let me see here. Rina, Dash, Risa. Okay, so everyone did pretty good. Everyone did quite well. 68. I'll definitely take that. But nonetheless, at least a little bit of Momo getting a taste of her own medicine with some hardcore violence, bringing in the hardcore queen for a night. We'll see about bringing her in every once in a while. I don't know if I'm going to bring her in all the time, just because I think she's like $1,000. So we'll see. But yeah, she's pricey. She's pricey. I do want to use Dash though. I love Dash. But yeah, we'll see. That does lead to intermission as we clean up after everything there. And yeah, see the cameos and everything. See that? Yeah, that probably would have I mean, it did as fine as it could have, considering everything. I'll be okay with that. So yeah, we get intermission. We get some brief interviews backstage. Kiona and Mei Suruga, who's in the main event, Strong Kickers, who are in the tag match later on, as well as Michiko and the rest of Revelation. Michiko, of course, not happy not being able to be in there, but you know, we get Hard and Echo and Irie, who did at least win. So it's kind of a mixed bag for Revelation, but either way, we get through the intermission and we get our first matchup afterwards. For one night, we get Shoko Nakajima taking on Yuri in a special singles match here. Goes 14 minutes, just over 14 minutes. A Northern Lights suplex is enough to put Yuri away. She fought as hard as she could. It just wasn't quite enough. Wow, Shoko Nakajima's an awful fun babyface? Come on now. That's not true. Wow, how dare they? Nonetheless, Shoko did quite well in carrying that match, and good match there, and a good solid outing from Yuri. Wasn't able to pick up the win on Shoko, of course, but it shows that can be competitive. Fighting Spirit title on the line. Nodoka Tenma defending against Arisu Endo. I believe in the Grand Prix, they went to Arisu's first point of a time limit draw. So Nodoka was told she'd be defending against her, and this time 13.5 minutes. It did go under the time limit this time. She was able to put her away with a kill switch. But a strong showing from Arisu, it looks like. And that's the first official defense of the Fighting Spirit title for Nodoka. So there you go. Nodoka shakes Arisu's hand, gets her up in respect, and Arisu ends up exiting the ring without a belt as Nodoka celebrates with her title before she heads to the back. We get the Twin Spirit title matchup here, the Tokyo Tornado tag match. Marikoto defending against the Strong Kickers. You know, this plate-up style game, but it's a shitty mobile game, but it does give me a plate-up fix. Which game? I'm guessing it's one of those that, like, advertises to you in, like, those 30-second bits. Not ask you where is it on stream. But nonetheless, 16.5 minutes of the Tokyo Tornado tag match. That's a tongue twister at nearly 1 in the morning. But after that, Marikoto does get the win. Maria actually pinning Kamiyu there. And that is the 4th official defense of the Twin Spirit titles. Marikoto securing another victory over the Strong Kickers. And they celebrate the title defense as the Strong Kickers drag themselves out in their loss. And with that, we come to our main event. Big match entrances and intros to the Grand Prix finalists, Jungle Kiona and Mei Suruga. Each of them having quite the journey here. Of course, Mei Suruga, a former Royal Spirit champion, looking to get back into that title match. And in fact, I believe it would be a rematch of last year's Royal Spirit title match between Momo and Mei. And Jungle Kiona looking for her first ever shot at the Royal Spirit Championship. And we have our Grand Prix final. With that, superb wrestling and good heat. Went just over 20 minutes. They both gave it their all, left it all out there. In the end, a diving splash is what it took for Jungle Kiona to get the victory over Mei Suruga. And our first ever Golden Spirit Grand Prix winner is Jungle Kiona. And there you go. Good match there. 68 is, I mean, Mei Suruga will get there, I think, eventually. I think the fact that it was a long match probably has a fair bit to do with that, but poor gimmick. It is what it is. still a great match. Still a fantastic main event, and we finally crown our Grand Prix winner. With that, the winner ceremony happens as Kyoko Kimura comes out with the Golden Spirit Grand Prix trophy, and presents it to Jungle Kiona, and Kiona poses with her as well with the trophy, and the picture's taken and some streamers for our winner. But to end the show, Momo Watanabe, who's still bruised, she seems to have some bandages on her after her hardcore match earlier in the night, gets up in her face with the title, puts the title up in Jungle Kiona's face, says that no matter what, she is still the ace of the promotion. Even though she had a setback tonight, she's still the ace, and she plans on walking out of IdolPro's first Korakuen Hall show as champion. So with that, Shining Stage Third Live, I don't know if it's going to save it. I'll be interested to see. You know what? I'll be interested to see if it saves it. I mean, I'm not going to forget it, but we'll see what happens. Momo Watanabe versus Jungle Kiona as of right now. Unless there's some title match that happens and a potential title change that happens in between now and May, we've got our main event for Shining Stage Third Live. And that will end the show. All right. So let's see here. Let's do Himeka. Let's do May. And I mean, Kiona was praised already. We can do Dash. Praise her for her performance. Tell May that she's awesome. Praise Himeka for her performance. Was pleased, seem pleased. All right. Oh, my God. We have finally made it out on the other side of the Grand Prix. I knew it was going to be at least like 2 hours. Microman Media Storm. Okay, I'm interested in that now. Blowback releasing a CMLL taking steps to protect themselves. They released a short statement about Microman. Whatever views their employees express on social media. Pay rise request from Unagi. All right, I'll give you the 60. Yep, Dash and Shoko fulfilled their deal. 7,600 people watched it. Kiona and Himeka need time to heal. And we had our one-night deals there. As assumed. Trying to see here. Injury for Chris Bay. Hip injury, a few days. Okay, so that's fine. I don't think I'm going to sign. Is he even available? He's on a handshake deal, so could. El Tejano Jr. winning the Rhea de Reyes. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're mostly just moving on to the end of the month. We're gonna take ourselves a good little break here because we went hardcore for 3 weeks, and even the month before that, especially in IdolPro. So yeah, I'm looking forward to just getting through the last week here without having to book any shows. Just let the world come to me. Let's see. Kyuri and Rika Tatsumi won the Stardom Cinderella tournament. Oh, the Goddesses. Oh, they lost. Apple Miyagi and Suzy lost the Goddess of Stardom titles to Kyuri and Rika Tatsumi. Stardom would not sign Kyuri. Kiri's all right, but Kiri's also married and a mother. So she's got two of the things that they don't want in their idol promotion. Bushiroad is not spending money on bringing in someone who's already not going to sell merch. Let's see. Is that Valkyrie Championship and Green Ant? Well, who is Green Ant usually? He doesn't have any alter egos. I mean, there's probably been a couple people who's been Green Ants before. All right, nothing there. Bo Dallas relocates to Queensland. They're both going to Australia. Jesus. You know, it's funny that they do the Joshi Tour shows deals here in this because it's one of those things that's kind of the main sticking point as to why I can't ever sign anybody. I wonder if I should change that for TEW IX. I really feel like I should change that for TEW IX when we get here, because I'm looking at Oz Spring Tour. Oz doesn't run more than once a month anymore, right? Seedling's basically dead. It's going to be dead after next month, I think. They don't do tours. Like, this is very outdated, especially for 2020. Like, I feel like I need to change that. And that actually might significantly help my availabilities for a lot of people, because Oz shouldn't be running this much. Seedling shouldn't be running that. I don't know if they had been running this much. I bet you they've had these tours since the beginning, though. I'd guarantee they've had these tours since the beginning. They didn't just do this. Yeah, see, they've had tours all the way back a couple years ago. They don't do that anymore. They have they might feel a little froggy and do like a second show in a month, but they're a one a month show at this point. Seedling is a one a month, if not one every 2 months show. They do not do that much anymore. Calix the Castigator. I don't think he wrestles anymore. Fun fact, I think he lives up still in the New England area because he was in Chikara. I actually knew him when he was a teenager. Calix. I remember. He was a big Jeff Hardy fan. But yeah, he ended up moving because I think he lived in Minnesota. And then he moved to wherever to train with Chikara. Let's see here. Ice Ribbon missing Shoko off the grid. So she didn't leave, though. So UT back at 100. Chris Baby. Hello. Goodbye. All right. We're on Wednesday. I don't want to say anything about what happened when I was doing it because we're still not at the end of the month. Something happened at the end of something happened around this time when I was doing my save, and it hasn't happened yet, and I don't want to mention it because it hasn't happened. So let's see. Deals expiring. We'll get that taken care of. Yuki Ino storms out of... Oh, a 0-1 show. Okay. Okay. Social media drama with Microman. Tokyo New Japan... Oh, and the New Japan Cup. Who won the New Japan Cup? Ryu Lee. Dragon Lee. Dragon versus Dragon in the finals? Oh, that'd probably be dope. Dragon Lee beating Shingo to win the New Japan Cup. All right. Man, they had Jay White and El Phantasmo get to the semis. They made a good they made a good effort with Dragon versus Dragon and Dragon Lee and Shingo. I probably personally would have gone with Shingo, but That's just me. Let's see here. I assume it's pretty much everything. 3 months. They want me to pay $1,000 to be on late night. What's the next worst one? Afternoon. I'm pretty sure we've been doing okay. I don't know why all of a sudden they don't like us being on late night. Doesn't look like we were working around anybody. That's already afternoon. See, this is why I don't like having to do this renegotiation crap with this. Look at this. We're not going head to head. Oh, we're going to go. See, look at that. Missed a banning. Look at this shit. I got to do afternoon shows. I mean, it's the best type of shows to do in Japan. Is a good old-fashioned noon show. It's always nice, but my mod power trip, I need it. I don't remember if all of them needed that, but I'm gonna negotiate them all anyway. Just get them all lined up. We have lost some money, but we've gained a lot over the course of this. So we're definitely gonna lose money this month, but I think we're probably gonna be okay. All right, we're almost to the beginning. We're almost to the end of the month. Almost there. Almost there. Let's see here. Incoming for MCW. Go Shiozaki and Noah. Oh, he's still on an exclusive handshake. Suzume can work in more game areas. Get to April. Call it good. Thankfully, I don't have to work tomorrow. I don't have to get up at a early time tomorrow. So this all kind of works out. Not much going on here. Austin Theory changes style to be a more regular wrestler. All right. Kurt Hawkins is frustrated because he hasn't been working. Should I be getting Hawkins in? Should I be signing Brian Myers to Vertigo? I feel like we sign every other type of guy from his era and his spot on the WWE card. Hey, Drew Parker is moved to America. All right. Let's see here. New team in Chicago, a lot of other stuff. Okay. Let's get to April. Was Shane Strickland was in WWE by 2020, wasn't he? So he should be there, right? As Isaiah Scott. Assuming he hasn't moved in 3 years. Hello? There we go. Let me look. Let me look. NXT exclusive written. Okay. Yeah. That's where he's at. Sakura Genesis. So they just did the New Japan Cup, and then they're doing Sakura Genesis as well. Retain. So Okada, the Intercontinental Champion. Did they not put the heavyweight title on the line? Open weight title. Toru Yano defeated Jay White. What the fuck? To retain. Junior heavyweight tag belts. Mighty Dragon defeating Rocky Romero and Taguchi. Kano and Kudo. Let's see. Check your shortlisted guys again. Yeah, I'll have to do that here. Let's see. AJPW ends run. Samurai to. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna be able to do that. Power extension extends run on YouTube. New champ in Stardom. You became the high speed champion. You became the high speed champ. Fantastic. Beaver Boys won the CZW title. Leo Rush and Cheeseburger Beef. Stardom's getting some new people. Uh-oh. What are you doing? Risa Nakajima. Okay. And then they increase their people. Check my shortlisted guys again in Vertigo. Yeah, I feel like I need to change some of this around a little bit. I wonder if there's people here that have already signed that I can get rid of. It doesn't look like it. I think I already... No, I can get rid of Nakamura. Everybody else is whatever. Yeah, I haven't really quite figued out all the other people I might want to get. I feel like there's probably some... Oh, you know what? Since I'm probably gonna use them anyway. There we go. Of course, you have Aiden English on your short list. The main reason was is at the time I was trying to figure out if I was going to who I was going to use as color, and he like does okay color, so I could probably remove him now because I don't think I'm going to use him as a wrestler really. He's pretty iffy. I can probably get rid of him. Shivani I could probably also get rid of because like Shivani's good, but I think for the money that I'm spending, like he's a 64 announcing, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, I get Rich Palladino for the same amount, and he does better color. And Cyrus Fees, I think, is upping his skills as well. Yeah, he's getting better. Brian Keith. Yeah, I know Brian Keith is here. I don't know. I just saw him. Currently unemployed because it's 2020 Brian Keith, so he's like a nobody. He's a nobody. EJ Naduka, have you been watching a lot of MLW? Is this what's going on here? Because he was signed to WWE, I think, at the time, and now he's in MLW, isn't he? Isn't he part of the thing with what's his face? Something Kane. Because I'm pretty sure Colby Carino is also in MLW. There's no Mad Dog Conley. There's Mad Braddocks. MVP. Oh, he's still got a job. At least here. Yeah, I wonder. You know what I should do? I should look at the unemployed guys who are still active wrestlers. Yeah, they'd be a wrestler. They can work in America. See if I can hire them. And they're at least a name. They're at least a known name at 40. Ooh. Alberto El Patron, Bad Bunny, Brock Lesnar, Cain Velasquez, John Cena, Kane, Logan Paul, Luchasaurus, Matt Hardy, Tetsuya Naito, The Undertaker, and W. Morrissey. Those are the only dudes. Morrissey, I think I would consider if it wasn't for the fact that I think in some of his skills, he's not really regressing. I thought he was regressing. Maybe he's not. I thought he was. It seems like he's doing okay. Do I have Morrissey shortlisted, right? Yeah. How much is The Undertaker? 3,500. He's still technically an occasional wrestler. I can give The Undertaker his retirement match against Kane. How about I run Undertaker versus Kane in front of 1,000 people in Iowa in 2023? That's what people want to see, right? Right after we run Lesnar versus Cena. Could you imagine I just blow all of my money on some pseudo WWE show? It would be funny. It would be funny if I just decided to up and do that. Be like, you know what? I've decided I'm going to have one show where I just blow all my money and have this pseudo weird WWE show. We're going to have Undertaker and Kane fight. We're going to do Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. We're going to have Matt Hardy take on Big Cass. It'll be great. All right. So, made 3,600 here, and then we lost some money on the other side. Get talent trades out of your relationships. I mean, but I don't have any other relationships besides the two, besides each other. That's all I really have. I can do talent trades if I really want to, but you know what? I might wait till TEW IX. I might consider it for IdolPro, by the way, if I want some Stardom talent. That's a possibility as well, because I think there's... I think if I wanted some specific Stardom talent, like say Azumi, I think is she's exclusive Handshake, so wouldn't take too much, but I would have to do that, or like a Micah. Micah's just got a regular Handshake. I could sign her today if I wanted to. Riho, I think, is the same way as well. I think Suzu might be as well. Yeah. Possibility. It's always a possibility. Eureka Oka. Oh, wow. That is quite the different look than she has now. Let's see. How much does Taihama ask for? 1,000? All right. Just a good idea to take some people. Yeah, Oko's Banana Girl. Yeah, she looks very much less banana-y here. Teams with my movie. Speaking of, 2 months, 2 weeks. Fuck me. Forever. Lady C's almost back though. That's interesting. Lady C's gonna be back in a little over a month. She'll be back in time for our big show, for our Cork and Hall show. I don't know how much I'm gonna use her. We'll see. Either way, we got to April. We got done. Holy shit, we're closing in on 3 hours of this. I'm tired. I'm ready to at least for Chilean neck new. Jesus Christ, broke her neck. Jesus broke her neck. Yeah, I don't know. But she's been like this for like 3 months now. Funny thing about that is because I don't want to further injure her by putting her into a series of matches. So I'm trying to not book her so much so she's at least healed and I can use her back to her full deal here. But I'm hoping once she comes back, she can rock and roll, because even though Nodoka has the Fighting Spirit title, that was originally supposed to be Mio. until she got injured. She got injured like right before the tournament. And so I had her knocked out, I think, in either the first or second round. So I was like, I don't want to chance. Yeah, she beat Momika and then I think lost to Reika. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't want to chance her holding that title and then furthering her injury, and then she's out for longer. So hopefully when she comes back, we can put her back onto the tracks to potentially a title. All right, I think we're good. Like I said, let's see. Oh, we passed up TJPW. We're about to pass up Actress Girls too. Ooh boy, is that gonna do something for us now? Passing up TJPW, not so much, because there's still a lot of other. We're getting a couple extra open spots now because of it. Because now the TJPW girls are not issues. Were you here when I was talking about this, by the way, Ramen? Where I was talking about maybe when TEW IX and I moved this over that I changed their scheduling? Because it's kind of irksome to me that I have to deal with Seedling and Oz running shows like 5 nights a week when they don't run shows 5 nights a fucking week. So it's I don't like it, and I want to change that, and I feel like I should, because like I said, Seedling's almost dead. Run once a month maybe. Oz runs once a month maybe. Sendai Girls once, maybe twice a month. TJPW runs 4, maybe 5 shows. Even their tournament, even when they're running tournaments, they still top out at about 6 shows a month. So yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass to try to work around Oz and Seedling running schedules that they don't actually run in real life because someone put in their tours. I'm not a super big fan of it. Maybe I forget if the tours are having a rekindling or retooling to where maybe they run once a week. I would be okay with that if I could put on like a monthly show, if I could just drop a monthly show onto them, just get rid of their tours and just drop that in there. We can figure it out that way. Either way, thank you very much, guys, for coming out. I appreciate it. I'm very tired. And yeah, this will probably be the last TEW 2020 stream I do. So the next time, almost certainly the next time you will see Vertigo and IdolPro will be on TEW IX, which as of this recording, we're officially at 1:22 in the morning, my time, which means it will be, what, 8 days away from the official release. Hell, we're just over 24 hours away from the demo, so I did have some fun, and I plan on keeping this rolling into the next TEW and having that all set up. And yeah, I'm looking forward to, and I'm also looking forward to the calendar also not screwing me over. So yeah, that'll probably help. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. And if you watch this on YouTube, thank you very much. I appreciate it as well. And we'll see you on the next iteration of TEW.